Yo, this is a review of the WLmouse Beast X Mini. This mouse is pretty much the improved version of the original Beast X, and back then it was more difficult to decide whether it was better than the UltralightX because some of the things just really made it unenjoyable to use. But now with the Beast X Mini, this is 100% better than the UltralightX, and it's going to replace it in my rotation. Before anything else, I just want to mention one little detail that you might want to know about. The mouse comes with dot skates supplied right out of the box. When I first got it, I thought it was pretty cool that they decided to use these instead of the 4 corner skates, and I loved the idea of it. As I was downloading the new Mini software on the website, I put it on my pad and immediately noticed that the skates were abnormally slow, like absolutely terrible feeling. I was shocked at how slow these were until 5 minutes into using them that I realized there's actually a really small film on each of these dots, so when you get it, immediately take those off. I've actually never seen any company put films on their dot skates, but most companies include them separately in the plastic bag, while the Beast X Mini came with it applied, so it makes sense they'd want to protect the surface of the skates. Anyways, onto the review. Let's take a look at what you get along with the mouse. Well, you get a bunch of stuff. You got your standard USB-C cable, a set of PTFE skates, a set of glass skates, and another set of glass skates if you pre-order the mouse, some grip tapes, stickers, and a carrying pouch. I'm not going to show the front of the pre-order skates just yet because this extra set of glass skates is kinda misleading, to be honest. When you first go onto the page to pre-order the mouse, they let you choose what design you want your glass skates to be based on zodiac signs. Even though I didn't screenshot the process, I'm gonna show you an image on screen that are the exact signs they showed me when I was allowed to pick. So I was gonna pick the Cancer zodiac sign just for jokes because it kinda looked like 69, but I eventually pussied out and got the Sagittarius one instead, which was cooler looking in my opinion. Turns out it didn't even matter because the skates just say what option you chose instead, in my case the Sagittarius.
What the hell is even that?
But I'm not even lying to you, they showed you the signs, so naturally you would think they're going to make it into the design, no? Little rant aside, I got the mouse in this ice blue version, which is this silverish light blue color. If I chose it based on what I prefer, I would most likely get the white and red or the mint green one, but I chose this simply because it's the only one that comes with the dongle that matches the mouse. The rest comes with the black dongle. Also, they changed the dongle to a cat now and the eyes light up. The Rubik's Cube dongle that came with the original Beast X was unnecessarily big, it was actually criminal. This is so much better to have on your desk and if you need to carry it with you. One thing to note is that the cat eyes don't actually tell you how much battery is left. The mouse itself will light up red in the center LED when it gets low. Let's move on to the shape and the build quality. It's a clone of the ultralight shape. If you're a fingertip user, this shape is super good for you. The shape doesn't have any extreme curves from top to bottom compared to other shapes. This basically lets you place your fingers anywhere on the sides with a consistent width feeling, while with, let's say, the Wise Out Cloud, the mouse would feel a lot wider when your fingers are placed at the back than if you were to grip it further forward. Build quality is very nice. It's a little better than the original Beast X. The one small issue that was on the UltralightX was that certain places of the mouse would flex when you pressed on it, but it didn't affect me at all in real use. With the Beast X Mini, because the top and the sides are just one piece, this doesn't happen at all. The area on the buttons with cutouts are also very solid and don't flex a lot when I put moderate pressure on it. Buttons also have very minimal play to them with essentially no pre and post travel. The cutouts, oh the cutouts. This was one of my biggest reasons that I didn't put the original over the UltralightX for my top fingertip mouse for 2023. The slits on the original were just not comfortable for me because the tip of my pinky would dig in, and it low-key feels like when you were a kid and you tried to shove your hand down a gap that's a little too small but your hand could fit through if you pushed it in. It felt similar to that. The cutouts on the Mini are like way smaller, but they're definitely smaller by a little bit, and a little bit does indeed go a long way, and this was a lot better for me to grip. I've had no issues with it slipping out. While we're on how well this grips, the coating on this mouse feels the same as the original. The magnesium on this mouse is grippier than the carbon fiber on the UltralightX if I had to be completely honest. Carbon fiber is a really nice material to touch, but in real use, the magnesium feels cooler to the touch and is more resistant to sweat, which is important because you have so little surface area to contact the mouse with, so not having to worry about the sweat affecting your grip is really nice. This is especially more noticeable with the size of the Beast X Mini and UltralightX. Even though the cutouts are larger than the UltralightX, it just grips better. The Beast X Mini uses Huano transparent blue shell pink dots, and these switches are really light. It's surprising because every mouse that I got recently have had lighter and lighter and lighter switches, but these take the cake. They are lighter than the UltralightX and a little more crisp than the original Beast X. The only downside is that these are not optical switches, so there is a chance of double clicking later on when the switches wear down. On paper, opticals are better in terms of latency, but you won't notice any difference if at all when the mechanical switches are implemented well, which is what the case is for this mouse. The scroll wheel seems to be using aluminium or aluminum similar to the Pulsar X-Lite V3 Esports Edition, and it's not anything spectacular. It does look and feel nicer, but that's all there is to it. It's not better than any other plastic scroll wheel, but it's nice to have as eye candy. One thing to note though about the scroll wheel is that the click is very quiet, almost like those silent mouse switches you get for office use. It doesn't sound hollow at all like the plastic ones, and this is just down to personal preference, but I do prefer crispier sounding metal clicks. The skates on these are really good after you peel off the films. They're fast and smooth on multiple surfaces and I like them a lot. Compared to the original Beast X, which were like whatever, these feel a lot nicer to use and there's no need to swap them out. The skates on this mouse might actually be the best stock skates I've used on any mouse, with the Lamzumaya at close second. Lastly, the wireless implementation and battery life. The 2K and 4K implementation on this mouse is absolutely amazing. No issues whatsoever and not even a single micro stutter when I was using it. Even with my other wireless mice, there will sometimes be a little micro stutter during normal use or in game. It rarely happens thanks to the updates in the past couple of months, but it's still noticeable when it does mess up, so I'm impressed with what WLmouse have done here. The battery life, on the other hand, is a little worse than average. The mouse will get by on 4K with a day and a half of use, but on 2K, sometimes I can stretch and get 2 days compared to other mice that can last 2.5 or maybe even 3 if I use it till it's dead. Is it a big deal? I don't think so because the mouse is that good, but a little longer battery life would be nice to have. Overall, this mouse is probably going to be at least a top contender for the best fingertip mouse of 2024. Even if other companies come out with clones of the same shape, I think it's hard to beat this one given how high quality all aspects of this mouse is. If you're looking to get one but can't decide on the size, get the Mini 100%. It's better, you don't have to put grip tapes on, you don't have to swap the skates out, it's just a more complete package.